telling you tonight is true. And I know because my grandmother Maggie told me, and she would never lie to me. Once upon a time, deep in these very woods, a girl went camping with her family, just a few trees down from here. She brought her favorite pair of socks, and one night she couldn't find one of them. It was dark, but she decided to go look for it anyways, thinking maybe it was just dropped somewhere down the trail. It wasn't until she had walked a ways away that she realized she had forgotten her flashlight. She thought it would be easy to find her way back, but somehow the trees were no longer familiar, and the night seemed to hide anything resembling her tent. She shuffled in the dirt and grass, searching for a sign of her parents. All of a sudden, the leaves rustled nearby. She hoped it was her mother or father. When she called out for them, the rustling went silent. All she could hear was the pounding of her heartbeat penetrating the dead of night. She knew she was no longer alone, and with fear clogging her throat, she remembered something her mother had told her. Always fight back. Stepping as quietly as she could, she tried to sneak away from whatever it was rustling the trees next to her, but the sound under her feet was all it took. It was not just rustling she could hear now, but the heavy breath of the monster who had found her in his forest. Her steps quickly became desperate launches into the darkness as she ran aimlessly away from his grasp. Directionless, her thumping feet were followed by louder stomping behind her and a breath that grew heavier and closer. Stumbling on a branch, she plummeted to the ground, and before she could help herself up, he had taken a hold. She felt arms press into her sides as she was swept from the dirt. The monster ran its claws over her mouth and eyes. She could not see, she could not scream, and she could not escape. It pulled her into its cave, and the first thing she saw was stillness. The monster crept out from the edges of the cave, revealing the face underneath the mask. Herself. Just then, she spotted the sock that she had been missing. She stared and held her breath for what was to come. Anyways, no one really knows what happens after that, but she was never seen again. Okay, good night, kiddos. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
He likes chomp, chomp, chomp through the forest on his big feet. He never gets hungry.
This one specifically is gonna scar. I can see it, but all of them are like not actually that deep, you know. Like
Yeah.
this one, they're all scarring.